it's Randy. Well, I have some new information to share. I just did a recent video and said that I hadn't been on a date, and then suddenly I went on a date. So might as well share that with you. So, of course, it was through the dating site because that's the only way that I really come in contact with any single men my age. So, some man messaged me. He actually lives an hour away, which I did not like. Usually those do not work out at all because of the drive time. I find that nobody really wants to drive a half hour to 40 minutes midway more than once to meet, because it can be a lot on the front side. If you already had a developed relationship and only lived an hour away, and can plan and communicate and have gotten past a lot of the beginning issues with the relationship, I think it can work. For example, if you already are dating and then somebody moves. But to start off with an hour or more distance is really difficult. Anyway, this guy's photo looked pretty good to me, and he was communicative. He wanted to talk to me right away on the phone. I usually don't like to talk on the phone. He thought that was strange. Like most men, they want to talk on the phone first. So I went ahead and bended my own rule and agreed to talk on the phone. He called me like every day for a few days and started to try to get to know me, asking a lot of questions. The questions were appropriate. He was a Leo like me. I've never dated a Leo. I was kind of interested because he was very forthcoming and straightforward. So I liked that. He had been divorced for 8 years, no kids, retired, and a couple years older than me, which is, again, odd. Don't usually date men that are older than me, or usually think they're attractive anyways. So I was anxious to meet him because I wanted to rule him in or out based on at least his looks, and then go from there. Because if I'm not attracted to the looks, then the rest of it doesn't matter for me. So the first thing that I did not like is I had, I'm off on the weekends because I work during the week, and he led me to believe that we would be meeting on a Saturday. Didn't firm up a time and place, but again, I have to get prepared in several different ways to meet. So I sort of got prepared, and then he, kind of said, no, this is not going to be happening. Something came up. I had to help my brother with something. So anyway, that was sort of a strike number one, but understandable. If true, then it was fine. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Then he wanted to meet during the week, and he wants me to come halfway, but it's a little bit actually more than halfway. And, I'm working, he's retired, and it's got to be after work, so I have to drive through the entire city of Detroit to get to the east side where he lived, and I knew there would be a lot of traffic, and my work is pretty stressful. I don't usually like to just, get in the car and drive through traffic at the end of my work day. I work from home. But I agreed to do so. So I met him at this restaurant that was very busy. When I got to the parking lot, He was not there yet, and actually he's texting me while I'm driving, telling me he's going to be late because his water heater broke. So again, possible lie, strike two. Have to see, give him the benefit of the doubt that the water heater did break, and he's going to be late. So I sit in the parking lot for about 15 minutes, and he arrived, and I met him outside. I recognized him from the photo. I thought he looked pretty good to me, like somebody that I could be attracted to physically. He was, he's taller than me. I don't know, 6'1". That was all good. And the only thing is, I had a bad attitude when I said hello to him because of the drive and because of him being late, and it was hard to find a parking spot, and I was in unfamiliar territory. Anyway, he picked up on my attitude and was like overreactive. The fact that I said that I was, sort of in a bad mood because of the drive that I had, and that it was not a easy drive. And like, he couldn't handle that. And it's like, really, you can't handle me expressing that I had a bad drive and I might have an attitude right now that's, overflow, left over from having a bad drive and having a stressful day. I was ready to get in the restaurant and have a glass of wine. He was looking at me like as if like, well, did I want to like cancel? Like, did I want to just go home? Do I want to forget about it? This is still in the parking lot. He's like, well, maybe we shouldn't do this then. It's like, really? You're going to be that sensitive? Because I'm telling you, I had a bad drive, and it shows on my face. I can't like just bounce back real quickly. I said, no, I don't want to go home. I want to get in there and like have a drink. Let's move forward now. Let's move past this. I don't want to keep talking about it. Let's get going with this this date and getting to know each other. So we went in, and things went pretty well. He didn't drink. He said he doesn't drink, and it wasn't because he's an alcoholic. So anyway, he got a Coke. I got a wine, and then I got another wine, and I did like him. I don't even remember all the details or the reasons why I liked him, but he seemed like this, could be something that I would not mind going on a second date to find out more. And he pretty much checked the boxes initially. We were there for a couple hours, 6 p.m. to like 8:30, maybe 8:15. And in the parking lot, then he kissed me. Now, what was good about the kiss is that it was really a good kiss. What was bad is that he seemed desperate to continue like making out in the parking lot, and like he was saying, "Can we go in your car and stuff?" I mean, like we're teenagers. Like once he got going kissing, he just couldn't stop, and I said, no, we're not going in my car. I mean, yes, it's a good kiss, and that'll be it for now. And we'll talk again soon, and we'll see if we're gonna see each other again. So that ended, and now he's like, some horny guy after this, right? Oh, gotta see you again and all this stuff. And so I'm turned off because it's like, okay, this is all about sex, right? And that's really not what I'm about. It's a part of a relationship, but it is not the primary and the full extent of a relationship. And that's not really how I want to start off with trying to have sex in order to get a guy to like me. I mean, those days are over, right? And he should be mature enough. I mean, he's in his early 60s, but no, that maturity was not there. Now he's preoccupied with sex, and I try to divert him on the phone kind of downplaying everything, saying that this, you know, this is not going to happen. Hold up, you know, slow down, wait. This is not what we discussed earlier. You know, I thought you wanted to get to know me. And then I asked him if he was dating some other people, and he like said that he was not going to lie, and that he had met 3 girls, and that I was the third he met, and he was still pursuing like all of us. And he wanted to see me again, but that he was also possibly going to see 1 or 2 other people again as well. I appreciated the honesty. But then again, I told him that he should just pick one and pursue that person, and then let the others go. And then if that doesn't work out, then circle back. He didn't like that. Well, he said he did. He said that was a good idea. And he said that he was about to have closure with this other woman who he had met twice. He wanted to meet her a 3rd time to have closure. And after he closed things out with her, then he wanted to meet me again on Saturday. And of course, he starts planning that I'm going to spend the night at his house, because why would I want to drive home after an hour? And I can stay the whole weekend. And like, I was pulling back, saying, well, I'll prepare myself to stay at your house in a separate room, but I will not promise that that's going to happen, and I will decide at the time what I'm doing. An hour is not that far to drive. And, you know, of course, he was trying to set the stage for something more that I wasn't going to promise to do it. And then he didn't appreciate that I was not going to promise what was going to happen. And I'm not going to set somebody up for fantasies and for stuff like that. And it was already taking a risk to go to his house, but on the other hand, I didn't want him to come to mine either. You know, silly me. I'm thinking, you know, grown adults, maturity and stuff like this, and it's just not the case. They flip on you. They start saying, you know, how sex is not all they're interested in, not the primary thing they're interested in, and kiss them once and then flipping out. Anyway, the way it ended, because this video is going to have to end, is that he ended up choosing the other woman, the woman that he went on the 3rd date to have closure. He ended up sort of blowing me off when he was supposed to set up the next date Saturday. After he had closure with her, he never called. So I went about my business and figured, okay, I didn't get the rose. She got it. Fine with me. No skin off of my back. But then he did try, you know, to get me to meet him again, even though he said that he was still going to see the other girl. He was not, or woman, he was not going to break it off. He went out with her and was out real late, probably had sex with her. And he wanted to run game on both of us at the same time. And I said, no, we're not doing that, okay? You were going to pick one, okay? If you chose me, then we would be going out tonight. You have not chosen me, you chose her. So I'm not dumb. Call me again if it doesn't work out with her. And that's the way it was left. So anyway, interesting story. It happened, sort of fun, not much of a letdown, a little bit stressful, because it's always stressful when you're trying to get to know somebody. You don't know what kind of curveball they're going to throw you next. But I need to end this video. Thanks for letting me share. Please put your comments below, and I'll talk to you soon.